Did you ever make a choice thinking it was the smart thing to do, only to realize years later that it quietly led you into a life you didn't really want? After 60, it's easy to blame every problem on aging, the slower body, the aches, the smaller social circle. But the truth is, many of the things that make our later years harder aren't just because we're getting older. They come from avoidable mistakes, habits, and mindsets that slowly eat away at our joy and peace. Most people don't even realize they're making them. They just think, this is life now. But my modern and unstoppable seniors, it doesn't have to be that way. You are not broken, you are not stuck, and you absolutely do not have to spend your later years trapped in frustration, regret, or loneliness. Today, we're going to uncover 5 of the most common, overlooked mistakes people make after 60 that can quietly shrink your life, drain your happiness, and make every day feel heavier than it needs to. These aren't mistakes of the body. They're mistakes of the heart, the mind, and the spirit. And the best part, you can start changing them right now. Stick with me until the very end because the last mistake is one almost no one talks about. Yet it may be the hidden reason you've been feeling less joy without even knowing why. Number 1. Clinging to grudges that should have been let go. One of the sneakiest ways to poison your own happiness after 60 is holding on to grudges. Or old hurts. Maybe someone betrayed your trust decades ago. Maybe a family disagreement tore people apart. Maybe you just can't stop thinking about how life didn't turn out the way you hoped. Bitterness feels justified in the moment, but over time it's like carrying a bag of rocks everywhere you go. It doesn't punish the other person, it punishes you. You might notice yourself replaying an argument in your head, feeling your heart race every time you hear a certain name, or getting irritated at how others live their lives. And because life after 60 often gives you more quiet time, those thoughts echo louder. This constant inner replay keeps the wound fresh, and people around you, they can sense it. Even if they don't know the story, they feel the wall, the distance, the guardedness. It can push them away, making you feel even more alone. I knew a woman named Martha who hadn't spoken to her sister in 25 years over something neither of them could fully remember. She told me, "I wish I'd let it go sooner, but now it feels too late." My modern and unstoppable seniors. It's never too late to choose peace. Letting go doesn't mean you're saying what happened was okay. It means you value your present more than you want to relive the past. When you release bitterness, you make room for lighter shoulders, easier laughter, and maybe even the repair of relationships you thought were gone forever. Number 2. Pretending your body isn't changing. Another mistake that leads to misery is ignoring the signs your body is sending. Maybe your knees ache when you stand, your balance feels shaky, or you get winded climbing stairs you once ran up. Many shrug it off, thinking, "I'm just tired," or "this is normal at my age." But ignoring those whispers often means you'll face a shout later in the form of a serious injury or health crisis. Why do we ignore it? Pride is a big reason. Many of us have spent decades being the strong one. Admitting you need help, a mobility aid, or physical therapy can feel like defeat. But real strength is knowing when to adapt so you can keep living fully. Fear is another reason. Using a cane or walker feels like giving up, but refusing them often leads to falls or hospital stays that take away far more independence than a walking stick ever would. I knew a man named George who refused to see a doctor about his balance. He said, "That's for old people." 1. Slip in the shower later, he was facing months of recovery and a permanent loss of mobility. My modern and unstoppable seniors. Accepting change isn't surrender, it's strategy. Regular checkups, gentle exercises, and listening to your body keep you independent longer. Denial might feel brave, but action is what keeps you free. Number 3. Slowly slipping into isolation. One of the most damaging mistakes in later Life is pulling away from people without even realizing it. Maybe friends move away, loved ones pass, or health makes it harder to get out. Little by little, you stop accepting invitations. You tell yourself you're fine alone, but loneliness is a quiet thief. It steals your energy, your joy, even your memory. When you stop having regular conversations, your world shrinks. Your thoughts loop in the same patterns, your mood sinks, and life feels heavier. Studies show loneliness is as harmful to your health as smoking. But you don't need a study to know the difference between a day with laughter and a day in silence. Connection doesn't have to be complicated. A wave to a neighbor, a weekly phone call, a group activity at the senior center or library. Small steps make a big difference. One knew an 80-year-old man named Sam who joined a community gardening group after his wife passed. At first, he didn't talk much. But over time, he found friends, purpose, and the joy of watching something grow, both plants and connections. My modern and unstoppable seniors. The lie loneliness tells is that nobody cares. But people do care. They're just waiting for you to show up. Number 4, ignoring pain as just part of aging. Too many older adults think pain is something they just have to live with. A stiff back, sore hands, chest tightness, they chalk it up to getting older and push through. But pain is a message, not a sentence. Ignoring it can turn a small issue into a life-changing problem. And it's not just physical. Pain wears down your mood, your patience, and your will to be active. I knew a woman named Celia who stopped her daily walks because of hip pain. She figured it was just arthritis, and nothing could be done. Months later, she found out it was a treatable tendon issue. A little therapy and she was back to walking in the park. My modern and unstoppable seniors. Never accept discomfort without finding out why it's there. You don't get extra points for suffering in silence. Number 5, refusing to ask for help. This is a quiet mistake that ruins more golden years than people realize. After a lifetime of independence, it can feel humiliating to need assistance. But needing help doesn't erase your strength. It proves your wisdom in knowing when to share the load. When you refuse help, tasks pile up, small problems grow into big ones, and frustration builds. I knew a man named Leon who struggled with online banking but didn't want to bother his daughter. One missed payment led to a mess that took weeks to fix. When he finally told her, she said, "Dad, I wish you'd told me sooner." Help is not charity, it's connection. When you let others in, you strengthen bonds and give them the gift of being there for you. My modern and unstoppable seniors. Pride should never cost you your peace. Final thoughts. After 60, life is not meant to be a slow slide into frustration. It's an opportunity to choose better habits and mindsets. You can release grudges, take care of your body, stay connected, listen to your pain, and ask for help without shame. The difference between misery and meaning often comes down to small, consistent choices. You've lived too much, learned too much, and loved too much to settle for less than a joyful, connected, purposeful life. So forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, and never give up on creating days you love. If you've found value in this, my modern and unstoppable seniors, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe with the bell turned on so you never miss our Wellness for Modern Seniors content.